This is WNCT 9 on your side. Breaking news.
Breaking at 5, one of the world's oldest cathedrals is on fire. You're looking live right now at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris as emergency teams fight the flames that have engulfed this historic building.
This is video captured earlier today. Authorities say the fire started during renovations to the 856-year-old structure. A spokesperson says it will likely be a total loss.
There have been no deaths reported. Crews tried to save the artwork stored inside. We'll have much more on this breaking story coming up at 5:30. Right now, let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Jerry Jackson for a look at the weather.
Every minute is so crucial because we're dealing with a 3-year-old child here.
It's been more than 24 hours since 3-year-old Casey Hathaway went missing from his grandmother's home in Craven County. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Watley.
And I'm Shayla Reeves. The toddler disappeared from Toller Road in Ernle around 1:45 yesterday afternoon. It's an extremely rural, wooded area with few roads.
Multiple agencies, including the FBI and hundreds of volunteers, are assisting in the search for the boy. The Craven County Sheriff's Office tells 9 on your side they are not giving up that search until they find Casey. Now, we are expecting an update shortly from the Sheriff's Office. Our Brandon Truitt will be at that media conference. We will bring it to you live.
We have team coverage tonight as the search continues. WNCT's Dominique Moody and Brandon Truitt will join us live with live reports. But right now, let's go to Jerry Jackson in the Weather Center for a check of our forecast. Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Right now, we want to go to 9 on your side's Dominique Moody standing by on the scene where Casey Hathaway went missing yesterday afternoon.
And Dominique, what has it been like out there today?
Yeah, Ken and Shayla, hundreds of volunteers and multiple agencies have been searching throughout the woods. Like you said, that's the latest that we know right now. Ken, Shayla?
Dominique, we know a lot of agencies, a lot of people putting in work out there trying to find this little boy. What's the feeling from those first responders who've been working on this scene all day?
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with several first responders, and they tell me that they are working diligently to.
And right now, the Craven County Sheriff's Office giving an update on the search for Casey in a news conference.
A little over 24
go ahead and listen
now.
in.
And, I just want to thank, the hardworking folks that have been working side by side with us from the minute this call came in to our 911 center. We were dispatched.
And you were just listening to a news conference out of New Bern, the Craven County Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Chip Hughes giving us an update on the search for Casey. It's been about 27.5 hours now since he was first reported missing.
We know a number of agencies are working together to try to locate him as quickly as possible. Of course, we'll have much more live coverage tonight at 5:30, 6, 10, and 11 as we continue to follow this story.
And stay with WNCT, both on air and online for the latest on the search for Casey. You can download the WNCT mobile news app for free on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Just type WNCT into the search bar. The search for 3-year-old Casey Hathaway continues in Craven County. We just got an update a few minutes ago from the Craven County Sheriff's Office during the news conference.
And of course, 9 on your side's Brandon Truitt has been on that scene covering this for us. Brandon, what can you tell us?
Well, guys, this press conference just ending about 10 minutes ago or so we wanted to come back, give you what we learned from it.
Hurricane Florence continuing to make its way towards North Carolina's coast. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Watley.
And I'm Shayla Reeves. Thank you for joining us. Florence's impact is already being felt across our state. Some of those photos are trickling in, showing what life is like for residents in those final days before the storm hits. Now, this is a couple in the Myrtle Beach area. This particular couple was actually forced to cut their vacation short because of this storm.
Our next photo is going to take us to Wrightsville Beach in New Hanover County. Workers there preparing for Florence by boarding up a home. Also in Wrightsville Beach, just outside of Wilmington, you see a lot of people doing a lot of work. Sandbags are a hot commodity. People working to fill them up to protect their homes and their property.
And this next photo we want to show you here, this shows an empty store shelf in Myrtle Beach. Multiple shelves, in fact, but not everyone seems to care about Florence. Check out these two guys here in this final photo. They are making the most of it, hitting those golf balls there into the Atlantic.
One of the rare times you actually mean to hit a golf ball into the water.
Right.
People in Carteret County taking precautions right now. Evacuations in full swing across the county. This is video from earlier today. All county buildings and schools closed until further notice.
Gas stations and hotels are closing. The bridge to Atlantic Beach, Emerald Isle, and Beaufort closes tomorrow morning at 7. So those who are still there by then, they're trapped.
A last-minute shelter is opening its doors right now at Newport Middle School. WNCT's Brandon Truitt joins us now live from that location with more. Brandon.
Brandon, thank you. We'll check back with you at 5:30.
All right, let's go from the Crystal Coast to our state's capital. Governor Roy Cooper holding a press conference in Raleigh to get everyone up to date on their preparations for Hurricane Florence. Let's listen in.
Don't plan to leave once the winds and rain start. Don't try to drive on flooded roads.
We now head back out to Carteret County where damage is reported.
WNCT's Brandon Truitt live now with the latest on the conditions there. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Ken and Shayla, Zach and I moving around town here to try to give you an idea of what we're seeing. Behind me, a good representation of that storm surge that we've been talking about. We are right beside the Basque Hotel here in Morehead City, J.C. Park, just away from me. Florence's strength still being felt here. So, Ken and Shayla.
Brandon, I know you're talking a lot about the floodwaters that you're seeing. We tell people before storms to put things away so you don't have to deal with debris. Are you seeing a lot of debris in the water? I see a lot of flowing water. Are you seeing a lot of debris in it?
Sure, we're actually, strangely enough, a lot of doormats and things that you would expect that would fly out. Of course, Carteret County Emergency Services were urging people to lock those things down.
From Onslow County to back here in Pitt County as we check in with WNCT's Dominique Moody.
He's live in Greenville where many businesses are boarded up. Dominique.
Hey, Ken and Shayla, earlier we were at the Greenville Mall. We kind of went further down the road to the Greenville Square, and you can see a lot of these businesses are boarded up like you guys mentioned.
The impacts of Florence are far-reaching as parts of the coast saw heavy destruction and inland areas are now left to deal with flooding. We're bringing you live team coverage tonight from New Bern and Grifton.
Courtney Allen and Hannah Getz are standing by with live reports and a look at the current conditions days after Florence made landfall. We'll hear the latest from Hannah and Grifton in just a few minutes, but first let's go to WNCT's Courtney Allen in New Bern where recovery efforts are underway. Courtney.
Thousands are without power due to Florence, and it may be days until it's restored for many. If you or your county's co-op is serviced by Duke Energy Progress, this is the current power outage information they're reporting on their website. Almost 90% of customers in Duplin County right now are without power. 10,000 of 12,000 served have reported power outages. They're estimating power for the easternmost counties won't be restored until September 26th.
Floodwaters have receded on Interstate 95 faster than expected. Governor Roy Cooper made the announcement last night in a news release. The major highway runs north to south across the eastern part of the state. It runs just east of Fayetteville. It's been 6 months since Hurricane Florence barreled across our state, leaving behind death and destruction. We have team coverage tonight, 6 months after Florence. Our crews are fanned out across the east. We're highlighting some of the areas hardest hit with live reports from Dominique Moody, Courtney Allen, and Kara Gann. Water caused major flooding downtown, and parts of the city are still recovering. You can see the improvements, though. They're showing up in places like the Bridgepoint Hotel and Marina. That's where we find 9 on your side's Dominique Moody tonight. And Dominique, what are you seeing out there?
It's amazing to see the difference that 6 months can make. Shayla?
Now we want to take you to another community devastated by the hurricane, North Topsail Beach in Onslow County. 9 on your side's Courtney Allen returns to the area after reporting for us there during the storm. Courtney, how is the town recovering?
Shayla, it feels sunny and 75 today here at North Topsail Beach, but as we know, that was not the case 6 months ago today.
Courtney, thank you. Those stories, just like the ones Courtney spoke of, we're hearing them all across the east. We want to take you now to another area affected by Florence, Lenoir County. 9 on your side's Kara Gann joins us from Kinston with more. Kara.
Shayla, I'm here along Highway 70 and 258, and as you all can remember, this area was severely hit by Hurricane Florence just 6 months ago. This area was completely covered by water, and that's because just about 100 feet across Highway 70 here is the Neuse River. Take a look at this video that we captured.
For all the latest information on how communities across the east are recovering from Hurricane Florence, you can visit our website, WNCT.com. Robinson County, the Lumberton Police Department believes the body found during a search is that of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. Absolutely devastated. These are the words from the Lumberton Police Chief this afternoon. Good evening. I'm Shayla Reeves. Ken Watling is off tonight. Authorities have confirmed the body found last night in Lumberton is believed to be that of Hanya Aguilar. Today, police and FBI agents held a press conference in Lumberton. It comes one day after a body was found off Wiregrass Road in Robinson County. The discovery happened not far from where a stolen SUV was found. Hanya was forced into that SUV in front of her home on Elizabethtown Road in Lumberton earlier this month. She was reported missing on November 5th. Investigators found the stolen SUV on November 8th. They offered a reward for information the following day. A possible sighting was reported on November 13th. A body believed to be the missing teen was found last night. The state medical examiner says preliminary tests show the body is her, but final confirmation will be done with dental records. WNCT's Dylan Huffman has been working this story all afternoon. He joins us now from our newsroom with the very latest. Dylan, what can you tell us? 9 on your side is taking a closer look at missing children's cases in our state. Investigators found a missing Rutherford County girl safe in Oklahoma Wednesday. Aubrey Cree's mother reported her missing Monday. And this week, the search for a missing Lumberton teen came to a tragic end. Investigators discovered a body believed to be 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. WNCT's Dylan Huffman digging deeper tonight. He joins us now in the studio with more. Dylan?
Yeah, Shayla, we found 6 cases of children missing in our area, many of those more than 15 years. And the oldest missing case that we found in our area was back in 1962. 2 kids were taken off a playground in Onslow County. That, of course, happening in Jacksonville. And we also found cases in New Bern and Dover, both of those in Craven County and Winterville and Pitt County, and over in LaGrange in Lenoir County. Law enforcement says parents need to have a conversation with their children